This video provides an overview of form layout and design. Click an item to go directly to that topic, or continue watching to see them all. Let's start by looking at form views, which provide unique configurations of system forms targeted to users with specific needs for that form. For example, you may want to present different form fields on the same form for users in HR, IT, and sales. You can create and configure unique views for each form in the system. First, let's look at form layout, which allows you to add views as well as add and remove fields, including fields in related tables. Let's create a new view for the incident form and configure its layout. We start by navigating to the form and selecting Configure Form Layout. Here we select the view to modify or New to create a new view. In our example, we want to create a new view for IT users to enter hardware issues. The new view will be based on the same layout as the currently selected view, which is Default View in this case. We want to add the Model ID, Asset Tag, and Manufacturer fields to this view. We can find these fields in the Configuration Item table, a table related to the Incident table. Fields in the Available list that appear in green, followed by a plus sign, represent related tables. When we locate and select Configuration Item, the Expand Selected Reference field icon appears. Clicking it refreshes the list of available fields in the reference table. Here's the Model ID and the Asset Tag. When we move related table fields to the selected list, the displayed value shows the related table where these data items are stored, in this case, the Configuration Item table. When we locate Manufacturer, we can see that it's also a related table. By expanding this reference field, we locate the name field for the manufacturer. Note that the Configuration Item fields we just added to the form will be editable by default, but they could be made read-only via UI policies. We navigate back to the incident fields by using the link at the top of the available list. In our example, we're done adding fields to the form, so we save our changes. But when the form refreshes, none of the fields we added appear. That's because we edited the IT Hardware Issues view of the form, not the default view. So when we select the view that we edited here, our Configuration Item fields appear in this view of the form. For our example, we also want to move these fields into a separate section and set the Category field to Hardware by default. To make these changes, we can use Form Design, accessible from the Form context menu. Form Design provides an alternative interface for configuring forms, combining several configuration options into one tool. Here's the selected table, and here's the view. Select the view from the menu, or select New to create a new view. In our example, we select the IT Hardware Issues view. We can add a new section to our form. Clicking the plus sign in the top right of a section adds a new section below it. We'll name this new section Configuration Item Specifications and drag all the Configuration Item table fields into it. To add a new field, we drag and drop it from the Fields list. Oops, this isn't the field we wanted to add, so we remove it. What we need to add is a new field to track the cost of a hardware incident. We search the fields list, but the incident table does not have any available field related to price or cost. However, we can expand the incident table by adding a new field, so we look under Field Types to find an appropriate data type for monetary values. There is a price data type, which we add to the form and rename Cost. Now we want to edit the existing Category field to make hardware the default value. Click the gear icon in the field to edit its properties. In the default field, we select Hardware. Note that you could also tailor the options available from this menu. Here's a shortcut you can use to view the properties for each form field without having to click into each one. Use the up and down arrows to move from one field's properties to another. You can add annotations to a form to provide additional information or instructions to users and to separate the form visually into sections. Here we add an annotation to users to enter an estimated cost should some parts need to be replaced. And here are some examples of the same text with other annotation options selected. You can also add a formatter, which is a complex form element that can display items related to the current record. For example, the attached knowledge formatter provides links to knowledge articles that may be related to the record. To test the changes we've made to our form, we save our changes and reload the form. Now that we've designed the form, we can add related lists so that after a user submits a record, the related list data displays with the record. For our example, we want to see a list of incidents from the same caller when we view an incident record. We start by returning to the form record and selecting Configure Related Lists. Note that you can configure related lists from a new record as well. We select the view of the form to edit. In this case, IT hardware issues is already selected. We select the related list, save it, and the form reopens. Now we can see the related list in the form. Note that related lists do not appear in a new record until the record is saved. For more information, please consult our product documentation, knowledge base, or podcast, or ask a question in the ServiceNow community. For cost-effective training solutions, contact ServiceNow Education Services.